Rough.
Drop down to the comments if you love going over to your mom's house for some sopita, for some like tacos, or for some meatloaf. I wouldn't
just
even
to
make
be
meatloaf.
mothered.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to be loved. To include meatloaf, to include the others. I was gonna say the whites.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Chisme Chronicles podcast.
Episode 35.
If this is your first time here, lovely people, my name is Roman, and I'm here with Kaylee the Bandit.
Call back to our earlier episodes.
Kaylee, you already know. Tell them what we do on the show.
So on this podcast, we do a lot of Am I the Ahole Reddit content. We sometimes venture onto other subreddits like Today Effed Up and a couple other ones just for, but same kind of content. We basically react to the best content on Reddit and we put it on YouTube for you guys.
We are the number one Reddit channel on Tuesdays and Thursdays, a Chisme Chronicles podcast. Tune in. Gas.
We do post every Tuesday and Thursday, always 4 stories, and we
Boom.
always blind react to each other's stories.
Boom. We are the number one Reddit channel. Not by stats.
Just in our hearts.
Yeah. Not by subscribers. Not by number of videos. Not by the number of likes.
Not by quality, but in our hearts.
And in the heart of the public. And that's all that matters. We strive to deliver the best content every Tuesdays and Thursdays. The Chisme Chronicles podcast.
I feel like we have the best takes. If nothing else, we have the best takes.
They might be trash, but it's the best trash.
But it's the best trash.
No matter what, it's the best. It's going to be the best, as Kaylee likes to say, top tier Reddit content.
Yeah, top tier reactions on YouTube.
So today we're doing mother-in-law situations, mother-in-law drama. We've already put out 2 episodes. We've got a playlist with part 1 and part 2 of mother-in-laws. This is going to be part 3 to that little playlist. Kaylee's got 2 from Am I the A-Hole mother-in-laws. I got 2 from mother-in-laws from hell. And we hope you guys enjoy it. Apparently people we got mixed feelings out there. Some people love the longer intros. Some people love the shorter intros. But today we're going to please the shorter intros.
We had 2. The last 2 episodes have had long intros, so we got to balance it out.
We're kind of like a buffet. You know what I mean? We got a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. You said buffet, and I almost said all you can eat.
Just after I said buffet, or you were thinking that at the same time?
No, after. But that doesn't apply.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Kaylee's like, all I can eat, huh? Who's hungry?
But yeah, anyway, so we'll jump right into it.
Okay, here we go. Story number 1, my toxic mother-in-law in my business. So just recently found out I was pregnant, 9 weeks and a few days. I told my boyfriend and he is beyond excited about it. He's already helping me pick baby clothes and furniture, holds my hair back when I'm sick. He will sit in the bathroom floor with me and bring me stuff until I can get up and back to normal. He's currently out of state this week working, blue collar man. I went up there a few days ago. It's a 4-hour one-way trip. I brought him some clothes and took his dirty ones home to wash. Hand washed some because he plays with tar all day and I'm not putting that in my washer. I was about an hour out from their hotel and I get a phone call from his mom. She has no idea I'm pregnant. We were waiting for the gender before announcing to family and friends. I get a phone call. You shouldn't be driving that far when you're pregnant. You should have asked me to drive you there. Why the F would you drive there? How far along are you? When can I see my grandbaby? I'm going to be in the room with you since your mom's not here. After she said she's going to be in the room with me because my mom isn't here, I hung the F up so fast. I called my boyfriend and told him what she said, and he asked me if I told her. No, I haven't told anyone. I get a notification on my phone when I arrive at the hotel. I've been tagged in a post. His mom told everyone on Facebook that she was having another grandkid. Everyone. There's over 45 comments and 100 likes. I've had people texting me. I have no idea who they are, asking the gender, when my due date is. Females I don't even know, telling me I have a free babysitter when needed. Then she proceeded to go ahead and start looking for cribs and bassinets, all this shit. I'm buying my baby furniture because I don't want a crib from someone who's had their dirty hands all over it, yet alone a broken crib for $50. She's been sending me messages all morning and I've muted her. She ruined the surprise. I was keeping it a secret from my grandparents. Now they know. I walked into my grandma's after my drive back, and she hugged me, and I started bawling. She asked me what's wrong, and I told her everything his mom did and what she's doing now. I let her read the messages, and she was furious at 4'8". She said she was going to go to the store real fast, so I said, okay. I was washing up her dishes. She was gone about an hour, so I called her, and she said she was on her way home. After she got home, I got a call from his mom apologizing. My grandma took her little ass up there and jumped down her throat, then back up and sideways. She's still texting me on what I need to do and what cribs I need to get. I've completely muted her on Facebook, on my phone, everything. I don't want to speak to someone who ruined my surprise. My grandparents on my dad's side don't have much time left, and it was mostly a surprise for them, and it's ruined now. His sister-in-law is the one who told his mom. Said she's seen my health department papers. I never showed them anything, so I'm 100% sure they took a stab and just made the post. I don't talk to them. We're not friendly with one another. I think they're bad parents, and they think I'm an a-hole, so that's fine with me. And then it just says sister-in-law doesn't work in healthcare. She's never worked a day in her life. I guess some people were asking, like, oh, does she work in healthcare?
Yeah.
Is there something that she saw there? That might have
Well, that was my first thought too, is like, who works in healthcare that they saw her paperwork? Because like that person needs to be fired immediately. Well, because that's a HIPAA violation. Hey, I saw your paperwork.
Yes, but I wonder if like it really counts if it counts more when you're like at work or something versus like in a personal setting. I don't know.
Well, no. If you're
a licensed professional,
that's
what I said. It's a HIPAA violation,
and you have access to health records that you wouldn't otherwise have access to. Then I mean,
I think it was. I assumed it was something. I see what you're saying. I assumed it was a paper at her home that they saw, but you're saying like going into the records.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Is like who works in healthcare that exposed that. You know what I mean?
Sisters,
but she's never worked in healthcare.
She's seen my health department papers, so I thought maybe it was like.
But like maybe they opened her mail or something.
Yeah, but they're also like not friendly, so they wouldn't. It's not like she would have been over to visit to see that.
Yeah. I need more details on. Yeah. She saw my health department papers. What does that mean? Were they laying around? What does that mean? What happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's so crazy to me though.
Yeah, I feel like that in the last episode we were talking about pregnant people almost like becoming public property because they're pregnant, and like obviously drama is always a thing, but this could maybe fall under like people are gonna spread rumors anyways. But I feel like this to me in my brain just adds a little bit extra of like her information, like this like sacred thing is like public knowledge because like. People are just allowed to know that you're pregnant. People like
for example like the mother-in-law, people just like the mother-in-law, it's like they care more about their excitement than they care about the process of this person becoming a parent and the choices that they're trying to make at the time that the information they want to share when they're ready to share. It's like, I don't care about you're pregnant. Oh my god, I'm having another grandbaby, dude. And what it's like almost like wanting to show off.
Yeah. What if she was like thinking about putting that kid up for adoption if she can't handle? You know what I mean? Like, and now you've just like freaking ruined.
You went hardcore to the other extreme, but that is a valid point.
Yeah. What if she couldn't do it? What if she's got mental health stuff going on, or they can't afford it, or whatever, and she was gonna do not. Whatever, do adoption or something else, or give it to her parents or something, and now you've just like ruined this experience for her.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. It's just so crazy how some family members, and it seems to be like it's happened several stories. There's been several stories where someone is like, I'm gonna be an aunt again, or what? Yeah. Like what makes you think you have any right to share anyone's information?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
You have no jurisdiction here. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is not even, especially because like they didn't even, I don't know. Like, why would you think you can post something before it's been announced publicly?
So I know this is not an Am I the A-hole, but this person's not the a-hole for being mad. You know,
yeah.
The mother-in-law is the a-hole.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would be infuriated. I feel like being pregnant is already like hard enough. Or what if like this woman has like a history of miscarriages or something?
Yeah,
and
totally.
it's like she's just really, really waiting to be safe. People do that even when they don't have a history of that. And it's like now you've just traumatized her to know where she has to tell everybody that she's not pregnant anymore.
Yeah, because or even if she's gonna either to make a public announcement or tell the people that are asking her about it. At least the ones that she cares about. Because if it's these other random people, what happened? Like, I'm not going to answer you. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, but everybody else, she's like, oh, well, this is what happened. And
also, so weird when people are like, oh, you have a free babysitter. And it's like, I don't know you. Why would I trust you with my child?
Dude, I don't trust, like, I
don't trust anybody.
I don't trust anyone. And, like, that's not what I trust. I trust very few people. Yeah. And that's not to say that, like, trying to hurt like my friends' feelings. You know what I mean? Because like obviously, but it's just I'm just very, very
dude. Like,
afraid.
Why not be wary? Like it does you no harm to be wary. And if you're just kind of like, if you're not, then like it's gonna like bad things can rest on your brain for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna let my girls have a sleepover when they're 18.
Sure. When they move out and they're married.
It's like, look, you can look. I'll be like, look, honey, you can have a sleepover whenever you want. I promise you.
Yeah.
After I walk you down the aisle.
Yeah.
Then
you can sleep over with your husband on Tuesdays and Thursdays and the weekends.
And because your mom needs you.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta come home from Friday to Sunday.
Yeah. No, and that's so.
You have to eat your sopita.
Yeah. Tienes que mantener tu cuarto.
Sí, tienes que limpiar. Cómete tu carnita. Cómete la carnita.
No, yeah. I don't know. That's always really weird to me too. It's just like people like why would I? Sure. Cool. If I ever need you, I'll reach out.
Yeah. Side note, because we were joking about this, like, go have a sleepover when you're an adult or whatever.
Yeah.
And saying like, oh, tu sopita and this and that, like, it actually took me back to like, just like my mom.
La Snake.
La Snakey Snake. My mom's nickname is La Snake. And I'm all missing her now. So no, it just took me back, dude. It just took me back to like amazing memories.
Yeah.
Of like me being an adult already. Like I was, my parents were in Yuma. Yeah. I was here in Phoenix going to college, and every time I'd go. Sometimes sometimes I'd go back for the summer or for Christmas break, and like I don't know, there's just something so like cool about like being a grown up, even when I was like 20, because I was still in college when I was 25, and doing grad school. Like you go home and like your mom's like, Junior, ya está la comida. Like you have to, your food's ready, And I'm like, okay, cool, mom. I'm like, what would you make? She's like, caldo de pollo with like blah blah blah, and I'm like, ooh, delicious. And then like I'll either serve myself or something, or sometimes she's like, your plate's already ready, come get it because it's gonna. And you just like to be like mothered, at
like taken care of.
Dude, it's like, oh, my mom's gonna have some bomb food with her salsa, her freaking frijoladas, or she make her little like carne guisado with arroz and her tortillas, and dude, it just took me back to joking about that. Like, oh man, the thing is also because, as you know, my parents moved away. They're not there anymore.
Which I've seen a lot of Mexican parents do too. I feel like that's a new kind of wave. Is like they come here and then they retire back in Mexico.
Yeah, I feel like that's just always been. It's
new
happening
to me. I assume everything's new.
Yeah. They're like peace.
Yeah. But yeah, so they moved back.
But dude, that's so cool. Cause like now that you moved out of your house.
This is a fresh, like I just moved. So Roman's my uncle, and he took me in.
Yeah.
No,
I said you can come live with me, but you have to do a podcast with me, or else I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hostage here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But
you're all. Like, tell
doing
people
like the hand signal.
Yeah, I know.
No, but it's so I just moved out, like we just talked about this, but like 5-ish months ago, and so it's like a very, very new experience for me to not have like my parent. I mean, I would make myself dinner every once in a while, like nothing crazy. And like the other meals I had covered myself like for the last couple of years, but like not having dinner on the table every night was like a new experience to me.
Where you had to cook everything for your...
Now I'm making food for myself. Like I was used to making breakfast and lunch for myself, but dinner was always handled. Like my mom or my dad were making dinner. I just pop out of my room whenever the hell I want to.
Once you start smelling it, you know, once the smell starts coming through the door.
Or even like breakfast on the weekends, you know what I mean? Like that was something that was usually covered, and like so it's like a new experience.
And now I don't get any of that.
No, but like I've gone back home like a couple times and it does feel so nice. Or even like I never had this like in particular, but like for example, like my sister, like whenever like my sister gets her hair dyed, like my mom always offers to wash her hair for her, which is like, but it's like such like a nice like mother thing, you know what I mean? It's like only a mom would do that. Yeah, you know? And it's like so sweet.
How many times have you gone back, by the way?
So like the first month I went back 3 times.
Yeah, because you still had some stuff that you were figuring out.
Yeah, that's why I said,
after that,
I don't know if I counted the first month because, like, I was kind of back and forth. Since then, I think I've only been back, like, 3 times.
3 times? Dude, I used to go back, like, every other weekend.
Yeah.
Sometimes back to back when I was here first year in Phoenix. Because was my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was still living in Yuma. And I was like, I want to go see her. So I'd go down for the weekend. And then it's like a 2.5 hour drive. Then I'd come back.
Yeah, but it's because I've been working weekends in the last couple months. So there's like no point for me to go during the week because I'm not going to be able to see them anyway. They work Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop down to the comments if you love going over to your mom's house for some sopita, for some like tacos, or for some meatloaf. I wouldn't
just
even make
to be
meatloaf.
mothered.
Yeah,
just to be loved. To include meatloaf, to include the others. I was gonna say the whites. Meatloaf if you're not Mexican.
Yeah, I know this is we're trying to be inclusive, you know what I mean? But like we're just hardcore Mexican, you know. We're sopita, tacos, tostadas. Like let us know if you want it. And then as I was saying that, I was like, oh well, like
meatloaf and apple pie.
Like white people don't eat that stuff. So like, I mean, they do eat tacos, but like, you know. So then I was like, I don't know what to do with this. And I'm like, and meatloaf, you know, like
spaghetti. I don't know. Spaghetti's universal.
Yeah, spaghetti. Right? I mean, I don't know. I feel like spaghetti and pizza is like more American than anything. It's like spaghetti and pizza is American. American food.
Well, whatever. No, whatever you Italian. Eat at your mom's house. That.
Yeah. Whatever you eat at your mom's house, just let us know in the comments.
Go
get some. Let us know if you're going to your mom's house this weekend.
Everybody, please go to your mom's house this weekend. Text your mom.
Call your mom.
Yeah.
Everybody, call your mom. I spoke to my mom today. I haven't spoken to them in a while because they're like in an area where like has like horrible service. But I spoke to my mom today. I told her I loved her. Call your mom.
Alrighty, guys.
Let's go.
Story number 2.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for banning my mother-in-law from my house? I, 39 male, lost my late... Sorry, I have to start over. I, 39 male, lost my late wife 6 years ago. I have a 16-year-old son, Daniel, and recently got engaged to my fiance of 2 years. Her mom and I aren't on good terms because of how she behaves. She's a controlling, self-centered, Dolly Parton wannabe. I learned to ignore her crap, but she's still annoying. I learned to ignore her crap, but she's still been annoying Daniel and criticizing his personality regularly. He's a private kid and still hasn't gotten used to his new family dynamic, but he's in therapy and he's doing fine. She's been diagnosing him left and right, calling him antisocial, autistic, and other crap. Fact is, Daniel is shy. He's a well-mannered kid, but people confuse that with being antisocial. My mother-in-law tried several times to force Daniel to open up by embarrassing him with personal questions on family dinners and testing his personality type. I recognize the effect of her behavior had on Daniel, so I gave him the chance to no longer be in the same room or house as my mother-in-law, and he appreciated this a lot. My mother-in-law didn't like that Daniel kept his distance and no longer visits her and kept B-wording about how she spoiled him and will become for her, about how spoiled he will become for her daughter to deal with. I told her to stop bringing it up, but she cried, "I'm just doing this for Danny." Last week, she visited unexpectedly, wanting to say hi to Daniel. After Daniel greeted her, he went into the bathroom and she went into the living room with my fiance. I was in the bedroom when Daniel came out and said his journal was gone. We looked for it, but I couldn't find it. I asked my fiance, who was alone in the kitchen, but she didn't see it. I paused for a second to ask where my mother-in-law was. My fiance said in the living room, but I saw her coming down the stairs. I asked where she was. She said in the bathroom. I saw her purse in her hand, so I bluntly asked if she took Daniel's journal. She looked offended and called for my fiance when I insisted to see inside her purse. She wanted to leave, but I didn't let her. Fiance told me to stop, but I insisted that the journal was in there. Mother-in-law tried to explain that this was her only chance to get to know Daniel better because she cares about him. I blew up at her and berated her for stealing from my son and told her she's banned from my house for the stunt that she pulled. She argued with me and then left. My fiance apologized for her but said that banning her from the house was over the top. It backlashed and my father-in-law argued and hoped that his daughter realized how effing abusive I am and call it off before the wedding and to apologize to my mother-in-law. Fiance said that her family won't come to the wedding until I reconcile with her mother and cancel the ban, but I won't let my son be disrespected in his own house, and asked my fiance to understand. I'm refusing to reconcile, but I'm aware this could ruin my relationship with my in-laws, not just my mother-in-law, and my fiance thinks I'm selfish to cause this drama. This one's just...
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow. I know I've said this multiple times. I'm always shocked with these stories. Like I don't understand. I'm like, okay, that's got to be one of the worst we've ever read. Yeah. I mean, obviously there are horrible things out there. There are horrible things that happen. I'm talking about at the level of like this kind of stuff where no one's being like physically freaking hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just my brain going to like the really bad stuff. But like. So like 100% I agree with the dad.
Yeah. 100%. This is another one where I'm really glad that the dad went so hardcore in defending his kid.
Defending him. Like
he stood up for him.
And I think that if that was me, yes, it would suck. Like it would suck.
If
I was the dad.
Okay, yeah.
Like I feel like if I was the dad and it got to the point where like, well, I guess we're not getting married. Like I would not get married. I would like to believe that I would not get married. Actually, I'm just gonna say if my wife ever passes away, I can never get married.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that right now because she'll kick my ass. I'm just kidding. I'm like, did you hear what I said, babe? I know you're gonna watch this later.
It's horrible because like obviously like it's been 6 years, but this kid is 19 years old
or 18, right?
Let me see.
No, 16. 16. He's 16 years old.
Oh yeah, he's 16.
Yeah, he's
dude.
16.
Like he's lived more of his life with his mom than he's lived without his mom. You know what I mean? Like that is so like this kid his world got turned upside down 6 years ago. Of course, like sure it's been 6 years, but of course he's still gonna be, like dealing with that. And then 2 years ago, his dad got in a serious relationship. That's gonna bring everything back up again. Seeing his dad with a new person, like having a new person living in his house, like that has got to be so like horrible and like cause so much turmoil for him that of course like I'm like he's gonna be like, not that he's going to be, but it shouldn't be surprising that he's like a kind of quiet kid, and now this freaking disgusting horrible woman,
which is weird that like she's like trying to do something for him and trying to
diagnose
like
him.
Yeah, I don't know, it just seems like she's almost obsessed with him in some way.
Or she just like maybe like really wants like a grandkid or something. Like if her daughter's like younger, I don't know
maybe,
how old
I don't know, but it's just weird. Like it's just weird to like I want to see him and I'm gonna let me figure out what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
Let me figure out what his personality is. Let me make fun of him to try to get him to react in some way. Let me go steal his. It's just there's just weird. I'm not saying like.
Also, like, who cares if he was like autistic or something? Like, why are you so obsessed?
Yeah.
Just like get like the like kind of.
Why are you so obsessed with
me? I can get behind that song. But no, but it's just like, okay, like if that's the case, then like get involved in his interest, whatever, like, and then like kind of like build a relationship based on that, like wherever he's at, get there. You know what I mean?
She's trying to force him to come up to her.
Yeah, like be more social. You have to be this way. Yes, and it's like, lady, yes. I've known you for 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably less
because it's not like, oh, this is my new boyfriend. Like, no, let's go meet my family. Meet my kids.
With my kid.
Could have been
probably
could
like
be
a
1
year.
Yeah, 1 year.
Like, I don't freaking know you. Like, you guys are all brand new to me. I don't want to know you that well yet. Like, of course I'm going to be quiet. Like,
Oh man, honestly, and then the father-in-law starts like, basically the father-in-law was on the mother-in-law side.
Yeah.
The father-in-law was saying like telling his daughter, "Oh, this guy's abusive, and you should like realize what you're getting into, and you should break it off. You need to break it off right now before you guys go deeper into this relationship."
Dude, anybody steals from my, like, not only my house, it's not even like they stole, like, oh my gosh, like this person has been looking at this vase and now it's missing, so I'm pissed off. I would be pissed off enough. But you stole something like deeply private from my child, you are never coming to my house again.
Yeah, totally.
You intentionally stole it and then lied about it and tried to sneak away with it.
And then what's up with that? This is my only chance to get to know him. Like, I've never read anyone's diary, and I know lots of people.
Yeah,
I know lots of people, and I have really close friends. Yeah, like, don't make no sense,
dude.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is like if something happened to my wife, I don't think I could ever remarry, dude.
Yeah,
because like. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to imagine myself like meeting somebody, and like having to go through that whole process. What's your favorite color?
I don't know if I could. Well, because also like my tia Roman's been with my tia since you guys were like.
I was
16.
19. I was 19.
Oh, she was.
16,
oh yeah.
16, 19.
Yeah, like I don't know, like your whole life with her basically.
Yeah. Like I couldn't see myself with it. And then like you said, like imagine if my daughters are like, something happened in 5 years from now or 6 years from now or whatever. And they're like 10 years old, and then like 4 years later, which is a decent amount of time. For someone
he grieved or whatever.
Yeah. And but like then, like they're seeing you with someone, and I'm not saying. That it's bad. Obviously, I'm not saying that's bad.
You're saying you personally.
I'm saying me personally. Yeah, I'm not saying this as I would never do that. I'm just being specific for the listeners out there. I'm saying that there are people that have been able to meet someone after their partner has passed away. They were able to meet someone new and have an amazing life and raise their kids, and maybe it was a joint family, their kids and together, and that's amazing.
And they have a beautiful life.
And that's amazing. If you can do that, that's incredible, awesome. I'm saying like me personally. Yeah. I don't know if I don't think I could do that. I think I would just be like. I'm just gonna rock it with my girls, just me and my daughters, and just rock it like that. Obviously. Maybe if like they're both like above 20 years old, and if they told me, "Hey, Dad, look, I know you never found anybody else, but we want you to be happy," and if they told me something like that, and then maybe I'm 50 years old or something, and then maybe I'll go on
Tinder,
maybe I'll cougars.com. Like cougar looking for a cougar, cougar man.
Yeah, I feel like I've never been in a relationship for like 10 plus years, but I do get like very, very attached to like the people that I've been in relationships with. So like I feel like I don't know if I could intentionally date again for like a really long time after, but like I feel like if you just meet somebody, that just happens. But also like the idea of like what if you're like 40 and then your like partner passes away? It's like, oh, I don't want to be 60 and still be lonely. Like I don't want to be retired and like be single.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, well, I mean, you said 40, right?
If you're like 40 when something happens, because I'm saying like 40 is relatively young.
I mean, that's like 4 years for me. I mean, that's like 3.5 years for me.
That's what I'm saying. So like 40 is still very young to then live like the second or like the like last third of your life by yourself. You know what I mean?
But I would only be able to do that once my daughters are old.
Yeah.
Then I would like not while they're like little.
Yeah, I think if I had kids, as long as they were living with me, I would also like
not be able to do it.
It would be so hard.
Yeah, they gotta be 18 and above.
Yeah,
18 and above.
Or at least like if they're not out the house, like they probably will be in the next couple years. Yeah, that's so rough. I mean, mad respect to anybody that's ever figured that out.
What did the wife?
So hard.
What did the fiance say? She was like, "Oh, I know it's wrong,
but I think kicking her out is over the top."
Nah, dude.
No, she stole from my kid.
Zero trust.
What's your opinion on parents reading kids' diaries now that you have 2 little daughters who don't have diaries yet because they can't read or write?
I think that if there's any reason why you may be worried. Or like where you have to try to read your kid's diary or whatever, I think that the responsibility is to have a bond, a relationship where you guys have trust and great communication, where you don't need to snoop into their diary to know the important critical things that are going on in their lives.
Yeah,
like they can tell you because you've made sure they know that no matter what, they can tell you.
Yeah.
So like that's one of my biggest fears is to make sure, like with my parents, I knew that I could tell them whatever I needed to tell them if I was like in some hot water or something crazy, some shit was going down. And I shared when I needed to. And there were a lot of things I didn't share, but because it was okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my opinion.
Or at least to like, even if you don't know details, like at least like be close enough that you can tell something is wrong, and then you sit down with them and you go like, all right, what's up?
Yeah.
Like in the, well, I don't know. Yeah, because I feel like it's like sometimes, I don't know, like I see a lot of parents like on like TikTok and stuff that'll be like, if your kid is like acting up or whatever, like this house is yours and like that room is yours, and like sure, everything in there, like you bought it, whatever, you know what I mean? But like you almost like you feel like you owe your kid some privacy.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Everybody deserves like a little bit of privacy, but I feel like a lot of like people that I see like on TikTok and stuff like disagree with that. And it's like, you have every right to your kid's phone. You can go through the text messages. You can go through whatever. Like, I see that a lot. And it's just...
But that's, yeah, like, I mean, so if you have something to worry about, like, then, I mean, I think that's why it's all something that's building upon itself every day, every month, every year.
Yeah.
Like, when it's time to talk about drugs, when it's time to talk about sex, when it's time to talk about, like, relationships.
Or even with punishments. It's like, it starts when your kid's like a tiny kid, and then they're reading how you're punishing them. It's like, well, if they freak out every time I spill a cup of water, why would I tell them that I probably did something bad?
Totally. Right. Totally. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's why it's everything that's building upon itself.
Yeah.
That's building and nurturing that. Like, that's just what I experienced as a kid.
Yeah.
And like what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the path versus parenting just parenting as you just live. We're eating and I'm taking you to school, but there isn't like any at some point, like, kind of making sure there are some like
there's major
deeper
milestones. Yeah.
And if you and I like to believe that, like, if you can cultivate like that relationship with your kid, then you don't need to go through the phone. Like, you don't need to be going through their phones.
Yeah,
like,
dude. I honestly,
so you have to educate your kids,
mm-hmm.
and then trust that they're going to make the right decision based on what you educated them.
Yeah.
Like, my parents would talk to me about sex. They would talk to me about drugs. They would talk to me about gangs. They would talk to me about all this stuff. So, like, I knew, like, yo, these are dangers. And I was confronted with all of those things throughout me growing up.
Yeah.
And I made the decision to stay away from those, from some of those things.
Yeah.
And or to exercise caution. No, so like, I mean, that's just you have to make sure you taught them, and then trust that they'll make the right, and trust/hope that they'll make the right decision, because at the end of the day, they're gonna make the decision.
Yeah. And for anybody that like might like sit here and like nitpick about this, because like obviously there are a spectrum of like ideas on this, I do feel like it's important to clarify, like, there are extenuating circumstances to everything. Sometimes people have like crazy serious mental health things or something where it's just like you don't know what's going on, and maybe you're like so incredibly desperate that your kid is like a danger to themselves, mm-hmm. or something like that. So there are extenuating circumstances.
We're talking about the average.
But we're talking about the average family.
Average family, average scenario of just a kid growing up in a normal semi-health or healthy
like if you have
environment.
No idea what's going on with your kid, something went
desperate
wrong.
Times call for desperate measures. I
guess. Yeah. Or if you're in an average situation, like something went wrong along the way, and you got to address that yesterday.
Whew.
Parent advice from a 21-year-old childless person.
For all parenting advice, welcome to the Chisme Chronicles podcast.
Yeah.
That was pretty hardcore. That was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go with story number 3. Future mother-in-law determined to ruin my marriage. I'm about to get married in a few months. Not only my future mother-in-law hated me before even meeting me, she is actively trying to end my engagement to my fiance. When both our parents met, my father-in-law and mother-in-law cornered my mother, made nasty remarks, hoping my parents would push me to call off the wedding. They made insane demands like getting my HIV test report, not wearing jeans in front of her, going to neighbors to inquire about my parents, her elder son evaluating me separately, and even slut shaming. At that time, my fiance lashed out at them and warned that if she ever tries to disrespect me and my family again, she would never see her son's face again. She later denied having said any of this and said that me and my family are liars. I have been nothing but nice and respectful towards her, while she has been nasty towards me since the beginning. She even called several people, including my fiance's business partner, to tell how much she liked my fiance's ex-girlfriend, and he made a big mistake leaving her. She recently called my fiance and said more awful things about me and my family. She even used my elder sister's divorce against me. She has never met my sister and knows nothing about her marriage. She made remarks on how my parents are shady people and schemers who mesmerized her poor innocent son. My fiance has made the decision to not invite her to the wedding. He has been nothing but supportive towards me and my family, but my biggest fear is that my mother-in-law will stop at nothing to make sure she makes life hell for us. No contact or warnings, or like the threat of no contact or warnings don't work on her because she starts calling everyone in our circle to rant and make herself the biggest victim. She makes our personal life public and gives everyone around her the reason to gossip about us. She doesn't respect any boundaries and keeps crossing them. I'm honestly feeling lost. I love my fiance with all my heart, but I'm honestly fearful of what I'm getting into, and we're not even married yet. Imagine the length she would go to once I finally become her son's wife. I desperately need advice.
That's so sad.
So, like, yeah, I mean, dude, that sucks. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks to, like, have those doubts of, like, oh, I love my fiance, but I'm not sure if I should marry him.
Am I signing up for, like, a miserable life?
Yeah. But if he's like, I love you now above all else, and if that means I need to cut out my toxic family because of what's happening, then he's got to decide.
But it's so sad for him too, because then it's like, okay, well, like, I love you like a lot, you know what I mean? But like, I also like love my mom, and I understand that she's being horrible, right? Like, I understand that, but like, am I willing to trade my mom for my fiance?
Yes, but also, like, what's to say she won't do that with the next fiance?
Yeah. No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah, but like that's something that he's going to have to weigh himself.
If he wants to get
like,
married,
dude, do I get married and then I subject like this person that I love to like a horrible situation, or do I have to not talk to my mom ever again?
Yeah, well, if he doesn't support the wife, they're gonna get divorced. They're gonna end up getting divorced.
100%.
You've got no choice there.
Yeah.
Either the mom stops, or you cut them out.
Yeah. It doesn't, like, this poor dude, like, if he wants to have growth in his life, he can't talk to his mom again because she's so horrible.
And you know how she was saying, like, if we go without any contact, she starts contacting our circle and starts gossiping and this, that, and the other. Well, the people that care about you, they're not going to feed into it. And the people that do feed into it and are kind of like bickering and like, then those are the ones that you get rid of them as well. So you got to cut out all of that negative crap and the negative people, no matter 100%. How close they are. Like, it could be your brother, it could be your cousin, it could be your grandma. Like, people, your mental health, your emotional health, your relationship with your fiance or your significant other,
whatever.
Your partner, and also like your kids when you guys have kids.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to subject them to all that freaking crap.
100%. But it hurts so bad. Like, that it's like, this other person was horrible, so now I have to make a horrible decision. You know what I mean? Of like sure, like, my mom sucks not my mom, but like, if I'm this person, right? Yeah. Like, my mom sucks so bad. I love her. She's my mom. She took care of me for my whole life. You know what I mean? But she sucks so bad about this that, like, now I have to make the horrible decision to never talk to her again because she cannot healthily be a part of our lives. Like, that is so. I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm saying it's such sad. A gut wrenching.
It's
like,
sad for whoever is the son. You know, if it was a son or a daughter, like, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Like, well, but it's like. It's like the person is really making that choice for you because you don't have another choice. It's your choices are the mom changes, you subject your significant other and your kids to this horrible toxic behavior, or you cut them out.
Yeah.
And the
first one you have no control over.
The first one you have no control over. The second one, you can.
It's a horrible option.
Is a horrible option, and that's not going to be
basically
any healthy
not an option.
Yeah, and then the third option is the only thing you can control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heart.
I would go with the just no.
Yeah, you have to cut them out.
Gotta cut them out, man.
That's so upsetting. But at least she knows, like, before they even get married. So it's something she can weigh before she's...
Like, it kind of reminded me of that one story. There was a story where... Oh, remember there was a story? So it almost made me think of, like, oh, maybe... Oh, yeah, she wants him to be with the other girl.
Oh.
She wants him to be with the other girl.
Yeah.
Which reminded me of that one story where... a guy was going to get married, and I think they were a month out from the wedding, and the girl had been cheating on him. He found out. He ended the engagement, and then everyone was blaming him for breaking off the wedding, and like, you know,
yeah, because he didn't tell anybody.
He's like, he didn't want to tell anybody. Like, hey, she was like cheating on me this whole time.
Because he was like embarrassed
or whatever, and then they went to Christmas dinner.
It was
Christmas dinner, and the mom invites his ex-fiance over and is like, you need to fix this. Like, you need to get, you guys need to. It's like, she was taking control of the situation. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but you guys love each other. You need to fix this.
Yeah.
Like, without knowing anything. And then the worst. I mean, you guys can go back and listen to the story. I can't remember what episode it is, but so you'll just have to watch all 34 episodes. Definitely not episode 1 and not episode 5.
It's in the 20s.
It's in the 20s. That's a clue that we'll give you guys, in the 20s. And the crazy part on that story is that he finally tells his sister, look, this is what happened and this is why I broke up with her. And I think the sister also didn't believe him.
She didn't.
And they were all saying, that's not true. You're making it up.
And then they started saying, like, you probably cheated on her, like, whatever. And you're trying to, like, save face or whatever.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy. It reminded me of that, like, oh, I don't like her. I'm gonna try to make them break up so that he can be with the other one.
So horrible. Damn, dude. I'm so glad. Obviously, like, my mom, I don't think would ever do anything like that. But, like, I can't imagine getting stuck with, like, a horrible mother-in-law like that. Because it's like, well, I love your son or whatever, but. Yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy because, like, that's always, like, a thing, right? Like, for just, like, I guess in maybe multiple cultures because it, like, obviously here in America and also in Mexico, la suegra is like, she's always, like, annoying me or
it's
she's
like
on
a
my
joke.
ass.
Yeah. Mother-in-laws suck, basically. Yeah.
But, like, and then obviously I have a mother-in-law. But, like, I have never experienced any of that stuff. Like, I just feel lucky. Yeah.
Damn, dude. Cross my fingers and my
toes. Or nobody
toes.
talks about the good mother-in-laws.
Maybe.
So you always just hear about, like, bad mother-in-law situations.
Tell us if your mother-in-law is good or bad in the comments.
Drop down in the comments. Good or bad. Drop a G, drop a B.
All right. Last story of the day. Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay my mother-in-law? I, 31 female, gave birth to my beautiful son a week ago. Unfortunately, there were some complications, so I was only released yesterday, but I am so grateful to be back home with our baby boy. When my water initially broke, my husband, 33 male, and I were home, and I happened to be standing on the bedroom carpet. Cleaning was obviously not the top priority, so I threw some towels down and we left for the hospital. During the time we were at the hospital, my mother-in-law, 59 female, kindly offered to feed our dogs for us. And we were very appreciative of her help. It was only once we were home yesterday that I saw my mother-in-law had left a receipt and a note stuck to the fridge saying that she cleaned the bedroom carpet and wanted to be reimbursed. She had also taken it upon herself to clean the rest of the house while she was at it, and all in all, she would like a day's pay at $25 an hour, plus $200 worth of products. Now, while it was nice of her to clean the carpet and the rest of the house, neither of us asked her to do this. My husband wrote her the following text. Hello, Mom. We really appreciate your help over the last few days while OP was in the hospital. It was great having someone to look over the dogs. We noticed your note on the fridge, and we are a little upset that you took it upon yourself to, 1, snoop through the house as neither of us had told you about OP's water breaking in the bedroom, and 2, go out and buy hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning products, and then 3, charge us for your time and aforementioned products. We would also like to ask where these cleaning products are, as if we are paying for them, we would certainly like to get our money's worth. When we entrusted you with the dogs, we really thought you were helping us out of the good of your heart and not giving you an opportunity to make a quick buck. We are family, and are hurt you would do something like this while OP was unwell. End quote. My mother-in-law immediately responded to my husband, saying that what she does is out of the kindness of her heart, and she cannot believe we would be so ungrateful. Sorry, my mother-in-law immediately responded to my husband, saying that she did what she did out of the kindness of her heart, and she could believe that we would be so ungrateful. I have also received some texts from my extended family saying my mother-in-law didn't have to help me, but did despite her advanced age, out of love. I had to turn my phone off so I don't have to deal with the texts, but my husband is still getting a lot of hate from his family because we are manipulating the situation and making my mother-in-law the bad guy when she was only trying to get the house ready for our baby. I was quite upset by the whole thing, but my husband is now saying that maybe we should pay and get the extended family off our backs just to enjoy this time as new parents rather than dealing with all of this. I am not okay with paying his mom for anything. She sent another text to my husband saying she would be happy to gift us the products, i.e. take them off of our bill, but she would still like to be paid for her time given that she deals with a biohazard.
Biohazard.
Dude.
Oh my gosh. So I don't think they're the a-hole for not wanting to pay. I'm just trying to think of like what would I be okay with paying or doing to like just to get rid of the situation.
$25 an hour for 8 hours.
No, yeah, I don't know what I would do. Like for example,
it's like,
yeah,
like
kid. My mom and my mother-in-law, like, dude, when my wife had like kids, like my mother-in-law would come over for like 2 weeks at the beginning. She would like cooking, cleaning, like helping with everything, just like helping out of the goodness of her heart. And my mom came over and helped too, out of the goodness of their heart and the love that they have. Like none of them charged anything.
What are you
charging?
Not only that she's charging, it's that she did it without even like, no one asked her to do that. They just said, hey, can you come feed? Or no. The grandma said, hey, I'll go feed your dogs. And then she stayed and cleaned the whole house and cleaned the water breaking. Like they said, they didn't even tell her that her water broke in the bedroom. So she went around looking and just started cleaning everything. And it's like, okay, sure, that's very sweet. But then charge them.
Yeah, maybe she didn't go around. Well, I don't know exactly how you meant it, but because they also said snooping. I could see the grandmother being like, you know what? I'm gonna clean their house.
Everything, sure.
Yeah, just like I'm not gonna go snoop around and like what is this?
Yeah.
There's a biohazard.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a surcharge for that.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like I could see her saying, hey, I'll go feed your dogs. And then
while she's there,
you know what? I'm going to clean their house so that it's all nice and clean. And
that's very sweet.
And then, this is where the water broke and whatever. But then saying, I'm a charge you extra or like whatever
$25 an hour for cleaning the house.
For the biohazard thing and then charging like an hourly rate and then all that stuff. Like, that's too much. Like, first of all.
Don't clean the house then.
What makes you think I have $200 to give?
Yeah.
It reminds me of like when you go to the stoplight and the guys that like show up, especially in Mexico. There's so many of them in Mexico. Mm-hmm. I've seen very few here. That like
they show up with like a squirt bottle and start squirting your windshield.
Sometimes you're like no, and they already squirt it.
Yeah.
And then they clean it and then they expect you to pay. Like, bro, I didn't want the service. I told you I didn't want the service.
Yeah. Or sometimes they literally don't have pesos to give you.
Yeah. And like they'll still do, and a lot of them will still do it because they're like, oh well, now I'm gonna make you feel bad. Yeah. So you're at least gonna give me five. Yeah. 5 pesos, which is like
whatever it
is. It used to be 50 cents. Now
25 cents.
No, actually, not even. No, not even. My bad. Because it used to be 20. It used to be 20 pesos was $1.
Yeah.
I said 5 pesos. Yeah, I'm an idiot. So 25 cents. It used to be. Yeah. Now it's more. Now it's probably more like 35 cents or something.
Yeah.
But anyways. Pero anyway, yeah, and then like they were saying, where are the cleaning supplies?
Yeah,
where's
we're
the
paying
receipt?
$200 for cleaning supplies, and you're not gonna leave them here? Why did we pay for them?
Yeah. So
you didn't use $200 worth of cleaning supplies.
So like, what would you do though? Because like, I wouldn't want to pay the $200,
Mm-hmm.
but would I give her? Well, I would reimburse for the cleaning supplies, I guess. You know, unless it's like stuff that I don't even use or I don't even like or I don't even want that chemical. Like, I don't like that one because I don't like that specific one. Like, well, then why am I gonna pay? I don't even like this shit.
To be honest, if I just had a baby,
I don't know.
if I was in this exact situation, here's exactly what I would hope for. And I know like people are like, oh, women hope for mind readers. In this situation, I would literally be hoping for a mind reader husband that would I would hope that he would pay her and be like, I'm paying you, but I want you to never talk about this again and never let my wife know that I paid you, just so everybody shuts the hell up and leave her alone because she just had a baby and had complications. She was in the hospital for a week. Don't talk to her. Don't look at her for a while.
Sense. That makes sense. I like that one.
That's what I would hope for, because like, I don't want to deal with this. I just had a kid. You deal with this. It's your mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it. I don't want to know what happened. I don't want to pay her, so I don't want to know that you paid her. But I want her to stop talking to me. So if you pay her and I don't know it, then it doesn't bother me.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I would want. Is that what would happen? Probably not, because men aren't mind readers, right? And like, no one can expect them to be, but yeah.
What I think is so stupid in a lot of these stories is like, then the mother-in-law or the person that's creating this bull crap drama is like, it's just like spreading all this crap with the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Just spreading
the rest of the family's involved now.
And then, you know what's so stupid? What's even another level dumb?
What?
That like, I would start I would just start
throwing hands.
There's a word that I'm trying to start distributing fists left and right, or repartiendo. In Spanish, repartiendo is distributing, or like giving out, like freaking repartir trancazos. Like, just start. Is like, okay, if my mother-in-law or anyone told you something, what makes you think you have any right or any
to turn around
to start telling me what you're doing is wrong?
Yeah,
and blah blah blah. Like, get the hell out of my face.
Yeah.
Like,
don't talk to me. I just had a baby also. Like, first of all, people do that in a lot of situations, but specific to this one, I just had a baby, dude. I was just in the hospital for a week. Don't even look at me. Don't even look at me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to enjoy my time. I have like a new little sanctuary now with like this new tiny baby that I'm like so happy for.
Are you imagining yourself with a baby right now?
No.
Watch episode 34. I think it was 34, no, last episode.
Yeah. It was the last one.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
like, that's insane. Like, oh man.
So they're not the a-hole. They're not the a-hole. But even though they're not the a-hole for not wanting to pay, I think that the right move, just for if you can afford it, it's just like, look, here's a $200. Don't ever do me another favor, mom. Yeah. Like, are you serious right now?
Straight up, this was posted 4 days ago. So if you happen to stumble upon this and you are OP's husband, just pay your mother-in-law and don't ever tell your wife about it. Don't ever talk about it again. And move on. It's going to be the best situation for everybody.
Yeah.
Damn.
So much drama, dude.
Yeah.
All the mother-in-laws were wrong on this one. Mine were, because they were from mother-in-laws from hell. So there was no debate there.
Yeah. Both of my mother-in-laws were wrong too.
Yeah. Just trash.
Do
better. Like the guy from the Joey Swole guy. You know who that is? Joey Swole. He's like this. I think he's like a trainer. He's like a fitness influencer, trainer, coach or whatever. And he will put a lot of people on blast that are the ones that are doing like weird stuff on the gym and like shaming people. Like, for example, there'll be girls, because this is so, and I love the ones that get put on blast. There's so many girls that are like out there filming and stuff, and they're like, I felt so like attacked, or like he's not even working out, he was pretending, and it's just like an old guy in the back, like just trying to freaking do his thing. He's 70 years old, trying to work out, doing this. Probably has no idea something is even there, but they're making it like they're being sexualized. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen. What I'm saying is, on these specific videos, and he's like calling them out and a lot of things, so he'll go hard on them, and then at the end he's always like, do better. He always hits them with the do better.
That's so funny.
But like, if you guys haven't seen the Joey Soul ones, those are, I mean, they're just like funny ones where, there's like one where like she was like recording, and she's basically like kind of like recording herself, but really trying to make fun of the guy. They're bullies, dude. These are girls that are out there bullying people, recording them without their knowledge, and just to basically make fun of them on their accounts.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, I think the guy was, he was he was kind of doing
like curls or whatever.
I'm trying to explain it. It's because like a bent over row, you know what a bent over row is, right? So he's kind of doing one of those with that similar movement, but instead of being like bent over forward and pulling in, which is working out, like it's working out your biceps and your back, he's doing it more upright. And so when you're upright, and you do a normal curl, you're curling like this. Yeah. Right.
But if you're doing a row,
and so he was doing more of a curl where he was kind of like, it was kind of more like it was more like he was bending his elbow. Like on a regular curl, you keep your elbow straight and you curl in, right? Yeah. This one was more of like a bending your elbow and in, like kind of thing. And she's like, "What's he even doing? What workout is that even?" And then he's like, "Actually, that's this, and it's targeting that. Boom, 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 boom." And then like, puts her on blast. Yeah. Freaking bully.
My favorite ones are like when people set up like their they'll go to record their workouts, which like is fine if you're at a gym that is cool with that, right? But they'll set up their tripods like 10 feet away from them, and then they get all pissed off when somebody walks in front of the, like, dude,
like they set up the tripod in the front of the door. And they're in the back corner on a treadmill.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, dude, like, of course somebody's, even if it's like 5 feet away from you, like, people are allowed to walk in this space.
Yeah, dude. I'm not going to not walk through the damn the pathway.
Yeah, exactly.
Your stupid tripod is there.
It's different if you're like 2 feet away from the camera and you're like, and it's like in front of your yoga mat and you're on your yoga mat. It's like, you've invaded my space. Like, like I'm clearly just like restricted to like this yoga mat or like this platform if you're doing like deadlifts or something, right? But yeah, usually it's like the camera's like 10 feet away, and then they're just like, like and you walked in the pathway. Yeah.
They're always like,
yeah, or like you didn't see the camera.
Yeah,
like,
stupid ass faces.
Dude, it's like you weren't even doing anything.
I can't stop watching those. I love watching them, but I get so angry. Dude.
It's funny though.
My blood pressure's gonna start going up. I'm on my age.
Roman needs to lay down. Yeah.
I need to lay down. We need to end this episode before I pop a blood vessel. But anyway. Well, let us know if you guys liked this episode, and if you didn't, don't say anything because it's gonna hurt my feelings.
Please.
If everyone, we're at 400, like I think we're like at 400 guys. We're on a road to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, this is the end of the video is always for the real ones. Okay, so I don't know how many real ones are out there. We have 411 subscribers. You know what? I want to believe that all 411 are real ones. And the people that don't make it to the end are the people that are just finding our channel for the first time. Yeah. So all of the 411 homies, all the 411 chismosos that are out there, if you guys share it with one person that you guys think is going to like this channel, we can go to 822 subscribers overnight.
We can do our best. We can try.
822 subscribers overnight.
That's all we can do.
822 subscribers overnight. We're on the road to 1,000. We broke for honey.
Yeah. And as always, too, like if you have any, like, any stories that you want us to read, any stories of yourselves, drop them in the comments.
Or send them to the Chisme Chronicles at gmail.com.
Yes, correct. And we will look at them.
Pashouty. Cool. Thanks for joining us on another one. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Peace.